Hi there.
Hi, welcome back to Curious Collection. I'm Will.
I'm Cinnamon.
So, the last time we talked to you guys, we were doing our P&L and we were kind of talking about upcoming trends. And one of the things that we had talked about was underconsumption core. So, I kind of wanted to extrapolate on that a little bit today and kind of just focus in on it. And you were saying, like,
I think that it has the potential to be a wonderful benefit to the reselling market. And if we could, like, for reals, if we could just make this blow up, that would, like, I am all on board. This is not only is it something that we have always been a part of in our home life, but I think that it really does have the potential to really help the reselling industry as a whole.
Right. I mean, so to begin with, underconsumption core, I had no idea what that was the other day when we talked about it. I don't stay up on modern trends. I'm the person that's still wearing khakis and cargo shorts, So,
yes, he has the dad uniform.
Right. And clearly, like, that's out of style. For 20 years, it's been out of style. And so I don't stay up on this stuff. And so when I had stumbled across it and I talked about it with you, I'm going, this makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense that with the Gen Z, the Zoomer generation, the generation that grew up with technology.
Mm-hmm. They were getting inundated from the very beginning with advertising and all of that,
Right. And growing up in an overconsumption environment where if one of your big priorities is to not see overfilled landfills or not see just heaps and heaps of over purchasing. I know that both of our children were spoiled. You could barely get in their bedroom doors. There were so many toys, so much stuff. And so more of a simple life.
Yeah. So underconsumption, just to get back to like what the definition is and what it isn't. So underconsumption is not minimalism. So don't get it confused with that, like Maria Kondo, the whole, like, if it doesn't bring me joy, then you get rid of it. Underconsumption is not, you can't have anything. Underconsumption is really that, show the items that you upcycle, you reduce waste. So again, back to like the environmentalist, right? Like if you make new, then all of the carbon footprint and everything that goes to that is wasted. And this underconsumption core is really taking what's already been made and either repurposing it or reusing it, go thrifting for it. Buy off eBay or Posh or wherever, and bring new life to it, because oftentimes it's a much higher quality product than all of the fast stuff that's being made right now.
Right. And that's been a big focus of our eBay store and all of our online reselling, is that we want to sell quality products that have that are capable of being upcycled, reused, put back into circulation, given new life. A lot of the items have already, they're estate pieces. They've already survived a lifetime and they have another lifetime to go. Some of the stuff that I was selling. So much of the jewelry,
I mean, it's from the 50s that I sell. And it's been along since my mother was born. And it still has just gold, just absolutely gorgeous, timeless, classic elegance. And that's at least in the jewelry department, that would be this underconsumption trend is, buying that classic jewelry that still has all of the quality shine, but is, it's not the same as buying the Temu stuff, know?
Right. And it, it has a history, it has a story with it. It has character. So it's not just something that was stamped out at a factory yesterday. So it really does give you that warmth, that history. That's always been something that we've been striving for, is preserving the history and giving it new life.
So as an example, I have here a set of chocolate pearls. So you can see they've got that gorgeous color, and it's got a 10 karat clasp. So this would be something that someone could buy for, like, say, the fall season coming up. Pearls are in right now. So now you've got these chocolate pearls, nice quality piece. It has a $50 price tag for real gold, real pearls, you know?
Right.
So somebody can maybe you're choosing how your dollars are being spent right now because the dollars don't go nearly so far. And that's when someone is able to go, well, I can buy a gold and pearl for $50 online, or if I went to the store, that same necklace might cost $300, $400, $500.
Right. So you've got another piece there that also, you know, and you were talking yesterday about clothing where it also interchanges.
Absolutely.
So,
capsule wardrobes. You know,
right.
You want something that's going to have that interchangeability, right? So maybe you have that pencil skirt and you have those sleek pants and you've got a couple of really great pops of color for tops. Well, now you can have a few really great key pieces of jewelry that goes with everything, and you don't have to spend quite so much because that one piece is going to go with several different outfits. So here's another example. This is a Monet rhinestone. It's got the glass rhinestones, so it's a higher quality piece. It's a named piece. It's still costume jewelry, but like you can get something like this for $15 to $20, and now you've got something that has the style. It's classic. It can stay in your wardrobe for a long period of time. It's not that fast fashion. It's not that, oh, well, it's hot right now, so wear it this week because next week it'll be over. You know, something that's going to be able to withstand the test of time.
Mm-hmm. So some of the other stuff that, you know, that I was thinking about as these young people, you know, basically we're thinking about people that are born from like 97 to like
2010, I think is what they were saying. Yeah.
So that roughly 15 year gap, those are people that are now in their late teens into their young 20s, into almost up to 30 now. So we're thinking about, you know, you're talking about university students. Mm-hmm. You're talking about people who are starting their first home. Maybe they're renting that first apartment. Maybe they're living in the parents' garage apartment.
Right.
That's a big trend right now as well.
Right.
The
instead
tiny
of like
house
those
in the backyard.
Yeah, those mother-in-law suites that used to be. They're getting rebranded now into the Gen Z suite, into the Gen Z apartment, you know, and we've actually talked about, you know, the possibility of down the road putting a tiny house in our backyard, you know, as our children get older, that we'd be able to kind of help, but
so
give them their privacy
right.
at the same time,
right.
kind of a thing.
Transition from living with mom and dad to independence without the financial risk that so many young people fall into, getting into debt early,
right.
getting into that credit card, getting in the car payment, and then just, you know, that's a debt cycle right there. Nobody needs to be in that. So one of the things that I, you know, kind of had come to mind, and we've talked about before, is, you know, the Fiesta wear that we sell is, yeah, it's expensive. We're not talking about something that's disposable. We're talking
right.
about a quality product that literally some of the stuff that's out there is
older
close
than
to 100 years old,
yeah.
still in good condition. Still, you know, it can be used every day, isn't getting scratched up, isn't getting torn up. It's durable.
Because it was a higher quality piece to begin with.
Designed for restaurants.
Yeah.
That's something that, you know, I don't think a lot of people consider. So, you know, I wanted to show some pieces.
We have a teenage boy that puts the dishes away. So the fact that this stuff is durable enough that he's our main dish putter awayer,
right.
and they're still in good condition.
Right. Not chipped, not scratched. So these are just little fruit bowls. You can see they come in all different colors. If you've been into reselling any amount of time, you're familiar with Fiesta. Yeah, they're a little heavy. Not necessarily everybody should be selling them. I'm not saying that anything that we have is necessarily a great seller.
But they certainly fit into this particular category
right.
that we're speaking of.
You're talking about quality that you can literally buy once in your life. you'll never have to replace. And buying it on eBay, you're going to save. The small bowls that I just showed, I just checked the comps on them. $10 from Fiesta on their website.
Mm-hmm.
We are selling them on our eBay store for $5 a piece, as a lot of 4 or 6. So when you're considering, you're getting it half off for literally a dish that can last you the rest of your life. And there's different colors, so you can decorate in any way that you want.
Right. You can just add one color to your collection for, it's Christmas time, so let's add a little more red and green. Or it's Halloween, let's add a little more orange. Or, we got the girls coming down here, so we had to add a little bit more to our home collection. So it's the underconsumption core movement is absolutely a response to the current situation economically. And if you're looking at every single dollar that you own and how you are going to get the very, very most out of every single dollar, then you're going to look for the items that are going to be the most value. Right? Again, we're not talking about the cheapest thing out there. We're talking about the most value, because you're thinking about every single one of those dollars. You also want to reduce the number of items that you have, because you don't have a bunch of extra money to just go buy a bunch of garbage.
Right. And one of the things that I think is interesting, we've talked about this in our relationship. We've been together for
17 years
now. And, we both kind of grew up in a similar manner where, both of our parents were, let's be real, poor. And so thrift, living kind of towards the low end of the economy, has always been a challenge.
I know that I grew up in a household where my mom would buy the cheapest item available. So she would have been the absolute poster child for Temu. I swan. She was all about buying the cheapest item out there. And I grew up realizing that's garbage. Like, I will spend the extra little bit. When we got married is when we started. There's certain things, yes, by all means, I'll buy something cheap. But other items, you have to look at the big picture and say, I don't want to have to buy this every year. You've got tools that you bought once and then you take care of them and that tool lasts forever. But I remember growing up and mom would have to buy the exact same power tool every single year.
Right. Yeah. If you buy that low end, cheap, battery operated screw drill that's the off brand. I mean, seriously, you can use it like 3 times and it'll never work again.
Yeah, it won't hold a charge. Absolutely.
But you can also go and at the same time, you're going to pay 5 times more to buy that high quality piece, but you'll never replace it for the rest of your life. When it comes to tools, I use what the pros do, and I don't ever want to have to replace
one and done. That's what I want with everything, because we put so much time and energy and thought into every dollar that we spend. We really do.
We do.
And so I want to be able to go, okay, this is a quality piece and I will never have to buy this again.
So I pulled one more piece. This is actually from my personal collection. So people that are out there that have been, selling on eBay for any amount of time, they're familiar with the brand. I'm not pushing the brand. And again, I'm not selling this. This is part of my personal stuff. But, I've got a Cutco branded knife here. You can always tell because if you look at their handles, they have a very specialty handle. That's just what they do. This knife right here on eBay will legitimately sell for $50 to $60 any day of the week. If you go onto other websites, Amazon, straight from the factory from Cutco, you're looking at $150. So you can save 70% by buying it on eBay instead of buying it
And as
on
resellers,
another platform.
we all know this because like this is
Right.
why we do what we do, because
Right.
we are passionate about finding these pieces and upcycling them, right? We find these pieces and we're able to pass those savings on to other people, our customers. Our household, like, this is how our household has been furnished,
Right.
and with everything. We go to garage sales, we go to yard sales, we go to thrift stores, we go to
Right.
the auction house. This is how we are able to get our household furnished and established with good quality products.
Well, and I'm excited to see that young people are kind of now embracing that level of thrift, something that a lot of us older people that have had to live on a tighter budget are used to. We understand.
Yeah.
And so the opportunity is now out there where young people are coming to the table and they're going, ooh, I can't do it the way that I have been doing it. I need to change my thought process. I need to change the things that I'm buying.
Yeah.
And once people recognize that quality is worth something, then, honestly, a $50 for one knife is a lot of money. But if you recognize that you're going to buy that knife one time, it has a lifetime warranty, and you'll never buy another one again.
And you'll never want to, because, like, come on, that's a good knife.
Right. I grew up using, like, dollar store type quality knives.
The worst.
The first time I worked in a commercial kitchen and had a real sharp knife in my hand, it changed my life.
It is. It's life altering.
And again, like, I can't, like, if I go somewhere and I know that I'm going to cook at, someone else's house for the holidays or something.
He brings his knives with him.
Right. I absolutely do. I know it sounds crazy. People think I'm weird. I take my own knives.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to have to play games with, some low quality, something that hasn't been properly sharpened or.
So I think it's a very positive possibility, right? If we can help this trend to catch on to more people, and let's be real, it's wonderful for resellers, right? There is nothing about this that isn't great, except maybe more.
I was going to say the part that's a challenge for resellers is going to be that it needs to be quality items. People, if people are truly switching away from volume and they're willing to trade volume for quality, I personally would rather have 3 or 4 pairs of shorts that fit well and that are durable than 20 pairs of shorts that I can wear once or twice.
That's true. I do the same thing. I have my name brand, and I may only have 3 or 4 pair of jeans, but I also bought them on eBay. So they're the designer jeans, but I got them for a fraction of the cost because I bought them on eBay because I'm part of that underconsumption.
Right. So I don't know that anything that we've brought up will necessarily help you in your eBay business, but it is important for us as resellers to stay on top of the trends
and know what's going on in the world.
Right.
So hopefully this is some good news. That's how I'm going to take it.
Yeah. I could use any good news I could find right now. So I'm just going to cling on to that.
All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. Like, subscribe, and good luck to you guys out there.